Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I just got a haircut. I was in the middle of getting my haircut, and the lady that was cutting my hair, she said she calls another hairstylist over to get her to help her with the top, to blend in the top with the sides. And so I believe that I had a trainee cutting my hair. So I'm sure that Mrs. Digital Asset Investor will make fun of my hair tonight. But the problem with hair these days at age 45 is you seem to have less and less of it. And so I'm just glad to have at least a pretty full head of hair. I am not bald, by the way. First, I wanted to start here with Darth Ripple, at Ripple Darth. He's talking about the CEO of SBI Holdings here. Capital said it. 2019, top 20 global banks will use XRP. And then he's tweeting this article right here from Cointelegraph. Ripple CEO, even the banking Goliaths will have to embrace crypto blockchain innovation. And the article is right here. I'm going to show it to you. And this was an interview that was done. The CEO made his remarks during an interview on the Decode podcast with Kara Swisher on May 20th. I hear about Brad Garlinghouse doing interviews with random podcasts like this, these kind of random things, and I wonder why he doesn't do interviews with people that are actually in the XRP community, but I'm sure he just doesn't want there to be any kind of perceived influence going on by himself. That's the only thing I can figure. But XRP Crypto Wolf did a good little write-up on this article. He always gets some good things out of it. Brad Garlinghouse, even the biggest of the big banks will embrace crypto and blockchain innovation. 99% of banks love what we're doing because we're democratizing something that's controlled by a small number of banks. They're competitors. Now that's a point that you don't really, I'm going to refresh that because I think there was an article in that tweet. Maybe there wasn't. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it just didn't load right. Yeah, there it is. But think about that for a minute again. 99% of banks love what we're doing because we're democratizing something that's controlled by a small number of banks. They're competitors. And what he's probably referring to, I would imagine that they have a lot more appeal even with some of the smaller banks who have been more or less controlled by SWIFT and some of these bigger banks that have a bigger footprint. Okay, moving along. This is from Brian Melancholy, XRP, at Mike Huncho _11. South Korean Bitcoin exchanges post highest fiat influx. The London-based data analytics firm Crypto Compare found that cryptocurrency exchange BitHum has received over $16 billion worth of fiat money in April 2019. The firm further noted that Upbit, a BitHum rival, posted the second best influx of fiat-based capital at around 7.5 billion in the same month. At the same time, U.S.-based exchanges Coinbase, Gemini, and Kraken paled in comparison, posting capital injections between $1 and $5 billion each. And this is showing the chart, historical monthly volume top fiat to crypto exchanges, BitHum and Upbit, and then Bitfinex, Coinbase is in fourth place. But if you look, there's a couple of tweets that are interesting. This is from Joseph Young, an employee at NH, a major bank in South Korea that handles banking for BitHum, says new registrations for crypto trading is up substantially this week. Seems like rapid recovery of Bitcoin has gotten the interest of retail investors. And so we knew it was just a matter of time. And for those of you that weren't here during the last bull run, it all started, and I've told you this many times, it all started in Korea and Asia. Those people love this stuff. And they were more or less shut down by regulators in the regulation, and the regulators getting nervous pretty much shut down the the bull run that was going on over it that came from Asia in 2017. What also shut it down that I should mention is that CoinMarketCap, who to this day does not reflect the Korean prices for XRP, they overnight, without telling anybody they were going to do it, took out the calculations completely took off their exchange, adding the Korean prices into the calculation over here. And the Korean prices were going through the roof, and they didn't want them to be reflected here in the United States for some unknown reason. And so they took them out, and overnight, that is what really began the decline of the XRP price. You can thank CoinMarketCap. Then Matty Greenspan came in. He says, South Korea is completely dominating this market, according to Crypto Compare, and he's showing you the chart that we were looking at up there. And this is also from Matty Greenspan. Also, I think I didn't show you this. SK also just reported their highest volumes ever, local Bitcoins. It's not a lot, just about 165,000. Still, it's a good indication that the wave is growing again in one of the most enthusiastic crypto trading nations. Look for it to come out of Korea and Asia, folks, because that Japan, Korea, China even. Okay, next. I got this from JP Sell SRE, at JP Sell SRE. This is going around Twitter right now. This is, if you remember, as I recall, Ripple had donated to, I believe it was Madonna, a big charity that Madonna's involved in, that helps to, I believe, feed children in Africa or something to that effect. Well, this is Madonna's commercial where she's talking about how Ripple is on a mission to make money more accessible. And so she's in Africa and she's doing a commercial talking about Ripple. Pretty cool. If you can find this, this guy's XRP Chiz. He's got this posted. Next. Tone Vays, this guy really has a problem with Ripple. And he's on a campaign here to be ugly about Ripple and XRP because he's a Bitcoin maxi. But it's more important, folks. Don't underestimate this. He saw Ripple rise. He saw XRP rising after, and he saw Bitcoin rise, and then it kind of stopped, and then he saw XRP start to rise. And this guy's worst nightmare, what keeps him up at night, is XRP passing Bitcoin. Write it down. You heard it here first. Write it down. That's why he's putting these kind of things out. He says XRP is a scam by Ripple to make up a reason for XRP existence so they don't go directly to prison for creating fake money out of thin air that serves no function other than being traded as an unlicensed, unregistered Ripple security by 12-year-olds on unregistered exchanges. Well, you have to ask yourself, why does this guy seem so angry? What is he so mad about? He's not saying this about some of these other digital currencies, even some of them that are not proof of work, like his favorite, which is Bitcoin. But I have a question for him, and my question is, what is the difference between Satoshi Nakamoto and the guys that created XRP? What's the difference? The real difference is that the guys that created XRP, they're being very transparent. They've got the certain amount of XRP locked up in escrow. They tell everybody how much they're going to release, exactly what they're doing. The difference is Satoshi Nakamoto did the exact same thing. He created Bitcoin and he reserved $1 billion worth of it or more for himself. I think he reserved at least 1 million Bitcoin for himself, kept them, but he's not telling you who he is or what he's doing with them, or if he's going to escrow them, or if he's going to dump them on the market today or tomorrow. He's not telling you anything, and that's what this guy doesn't want to talk about. And then I replied to him with this. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Plus, I decided to send him a picture of Brad Garlinghouse. And then I thought this was hilarious. This guy, Abu Kabi, replied, who should I have more confidence listening to about my financial future? Tough question. He's got a picture of Tone Vays here looking like a weirdo, and he's got a picture of Brad Garlinghouse in his suit. I think that pretty much tells the story, folks. And I am going to have to use this as my thumbnail for this video because it's too funny and it really tells the tale. Next, this is a video from CNBC's ETF Edge. They're talking about when and when they think there might be a Bitcoin ETF. And basically the gist of this is, and you can go see it at ETF Edge CNBC. This guy here, I'm not sure what his name is, but he's basically saying that he believes that right now it's not going to happen, but he believes that it could happen in 2019, and he does believe it will happen. And that's the important thing that I got out of this. I believe it was going to happen the day that someone said the words Bitcoin ETF, and I believe that was going to happen for one reason, and one reason only, and that is that Wall Street controls everyone, and Goldman Sachs and all the people on Wall Street, they control all of these people. And the second they saw that they smelled the money, it was going to happen. As simple as that. Okay, next from XRP lighting the way, ADX lighting the way. The wealthy, this is fascinating right here, folks, and you need to listen to all of this. I'm going to read you some of this from this article. The wealthy are looking to increase their cryptocurrency exposure. The DeVere Group said that more than 2/3 of high net worth individuals will be invested in cryptocurrencies in the next 3 years. The herd is coming. Now, this is, I believe this article is a takeoff on the study that I told you about last week. There was some research done by the DeVere Group. The wealthy are looking to increase their crypto exposure, and then they said a proprietary survey revealed that 68% of poll participants are now already invested in or will make investments in cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP before the end of 2022. Well, I think I told you about that, but here's the interest. I want you to hear specifically what the CEO, Nigel Green, the CEO of the DeVere Group, had to say. They've got quotes from him. This is what I want you to hear. And while I'm reading this to you, I want you to think about what this means for you, already having your investment safely parked, hopefully on a Ledger Nano S. So listen clearly, listen carefully. There's a growing, this is the CEO of the DeVere Group. High net worth, there's a growing universal acceptance that cryptocurrencies are the future of money. And the future is now, Nigel Green, founder and CEO of DeVere Group, told Traders Magazine in a phone call. High net worth individuals are not prepared to miss out on this and are rebalancing their investment portfolios towards these digital assets. Green added that crypto is to money what Amazon was to retail. Those surveyed clearly will not want to be the last one on the vote. Besides FOMO, fear of missing out, Green believes there are 5 main drivers for high net worth individuals surging interest in cryptocurrencies. First, listen up, folks. First, cryptocurrencies are borderless, making them perfectly suited to an ever-globalized world of commerce, trade, and people, he began. Second, they are digital, making them perfectly suited for the increasing digitalization of our world, which is often called the fourth industrial revolution. Third, they provide solutions for real-life issues, including making international remittances more efficient, and help bank the world's estimated 2 billion unbanked population. Fourth, demographics are on the side of cryptocurrencies, as younger people are more likely to embrace them than older generations. And fifth, institutional investors are coming off the sidelines and moving into cryptocurrencies, bringing their institutional capital and institutional expertise to the crypto market. And he says, I think this is him too, once this confidence is in place, the sky is the limit for cryptocurrencies, which are increasingly accepted by both retail and institutional investors as the future of money. He said, the global poll underscores a justified international surge in crypto optimism. Folks, that spells it out very, very clearly. And this guy manages high net worth people's money. That's all. That article right there is those quotes are one of the best things I've read in quite a while on this channel. Cameron Winklevoss tweeted, some people think it's crazy to invest in crypto. Maybe, but definitely not as crazy as sitting on the sidelines when the future of money is literally being built before your eyes. Now, I agree with Cameron Winklevoss, but I also agree with XRP Neo. About as crazy as not listing XRP. I got a good laugh on that. Now, finally, Folks, I don't normally show things like this, but I laughed out loud when I saw this today when I read this guy's tweet. He's got a girl in a bathing suit, one or two girls in a bathing suit, yeah. And it says, this is TruthBot, at TruthBot 1666. X is everywhere. Took me a few hours to see the X, mind you. What does it mean? And I just started laughing when I saw this. He didn't see the X. I don't know what he was looking at, but he didn't see the X for hours. I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. And ask your friends and family if they can spot the X in this video. Thank you for listening.